Hello, today I want to make a video about my top 5 most used fixed blade knives. As you may know, I made a video a while ago about my top 5 overall best knives, so wouldn't it make sense that my best knives are also my most used knives? Well, unfortunately this is not the case. Here I have a good example, the Buck River Bravo 1 LT, which is an excellent knife. But unfortunately I don't use it quite as often as I would like to, and I think this is mainly due to the case that the sheath is quite long, big, wide and very thick, so it's not very convenient to carry. So yeah, this is not a big deal generally, and if I only had this knife I would obviously use it quite often, but I have quite a lot of knives and I consciously or whatever always choose something else. But don't worry, a remedy is on the way. I will keep you updated on this knife. But now to the knives that I actually use quite a lot, and not all of them are as expensive as, for example, this 300 euro Buck River. So let's start from here. Another Buck River, the ultralight Bushcrafter, excellent knife. I use it quite often when I go for a walk with my dogs and then I clear the path all the way to the river where I walk, and to clear some saplings or branches. It has very good ergonomics, thin blade but quite robust, excellent for cutting small stuff like twigs and saplings. Then one of my cheapest knives, the Mora Comfort scaler. This is not quite as old, but I consider it as just a continuation of my regular Mora Companion, and I used the regular Companion for fishing for quite a while, and yeah, I'm ashamed to say that as a knife guy I wasn't aware that something like this actually existed. The Mora Comfort scaler is really great for fishing because it has the regular grip, just like the Companion, which is very ergonomic, but also due to this rubberized texture, it's very safe in the hand. Even when your hands and the grip is wet and full of blood, it won't slip. And the blade is very thin, and on the back side you have this saw pattern for removing the scales of the fish. So yeah, for fishing this is all I need actually, and for 21 euros not too expensive. Another relatively cheap knife, but not quite as cheap as the Mora, is the Manly Patriot, which is really a surprise that it made it into the top 5. And actually when I ordered it I wanted just to get the Manly Comrade, which is the folding version, and I said, yeah, okay, while I'm at it I will get the Patriot, but I didn't really have any high expectations. And this is quite a surprise, and I would highly recommend to get the CPM 154 version. It's a bit more expensive, but it makes sense. It's great steel. I don't know why it's not used quite as often anymore in the knife industry, but the overall impressions of this knife is just great. Good ergonomics, very good cutting performance, and for example it replaced almost completely my Falkneven F1 and also the Buck River Gunny Hunter for the most part, and this alone is reason enough why it made it into the top 5. Initially I wasn't too fond of this sheath, well, but now I would say that it still doesn't look quite as pretty, but it's very functional. So great knife for around 70 euros, not too bad. And this is again one knife that actually made it also into my top 5 best knife, and it's here again. It's the Burka Field Butcher. You don't see many videos about this knife. Well, I must admit that even though I have bushcraft knives and I do a bit of bushcrafting, but I'm not that much into this survival bushcraft thing. But I eat a lot and often, and this is why this is one of my most used knives, and proved to be very valuable. The Field Butcher, as you can see, is very wide, long blade, almost full-sized kitchen knife. And I would say this is the perfect outdoor kitchen knife, because it's, even though it's quite thick, so it's robust and can take the abuse in the outdoors, but it's still a very good slicer, and it's a hybrid between a chef's knives and a Santoku. I think in the Burka website it says that it's some kind of Santoku, but I would say that it's something in between, because it does have a pointy tip, but also this, yeah, clip point, whatever. The handle ergonomics are excellent, and this is also similar to the Burka Saga series of real kitchen knives. Both the Saga series and this knife is designed by Jesper Voxnes, one of my favorite designers. And yeah, it's for outdoor kitchen use, it's just great. I think I mentioned it before. I chopped and dispatched an entire lamb from a roast with this knife. So it's only N690 steel, but I think this is a good choice, because when you work with meat, and especially meat with bones on it, you cannot avoid, especially in the outdoors, that you eventually touch the bone with your edge eventually. So no blade steel that I'm aware of behaves really well when in contact with bones, but at least N690 is easy to maintain and repair. Enough about this. And finally, still both number one of my favorite and best knives, and again also my most used knife, especially after the upgrade of the handles, the Bradford Guardian 3. Oh, there's something, okay. M390 steel, contoured, smooth G10 handles. Really great in the hand, even though it's a small knife. And also the carry-out option is great. You can put it into your vest pocket or on your belt, something almost invisible. You don't notice that you have it. It's almost like a folding knife. Very capable, very useful. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching.